Good morning, student. I am Purnima, and once again I welcome you to my class. Now, today we are going to continue the same lesson, The Beggar. It's a Russian story. Anton Chekhov is the author of this story. Now, so I told you Anton Chekhov was born in Russia in 1879, and then this is a moral story, and it is in the theme of this story is that we must not be very arrogant, and we must try to help the people in a right direction. We must not take advantage of anybody, and we must not help unnecessarily. If we think that some person is taking advantage of a leniency and kindness, so we have to be very careful for that. Like children, in this story, the beggar Lashkov, he wanted to gain sympathy of many people by telling lies that he was a school teacher and he has been expelled from the school due to some reason. Then to earlier one day he told that he is a student, and because he was not able to go to the school due to some reason, so just he wanted to gain sympathy so that people can give him money. He was beggar, he became a beggar. And this was the reason he told he became a beggar, and he don't have money to live in a rented house also. So children, many people helped him, but here the writer, the advocate Sarchi, he identified him. He judged that he is telling lie, and he simply want to gain the sympathy of the people. So at first he developed hatred, but at the same time, children, he was the first man. He wanted to help him. He wanted to help him by giving him job. So in this way, children, if you want to help someone, you can help the way Sarchi has taken a step. He wanted to give him a job, but it is Olga who has turned his life in a very nice manner. It was her children who had really taught her a lesson by showing motherly affection and sacrifice. So we must sacrifice. If somebody feels a bit happiness, if somebody's life will change due to happiness, so we can help that person by showing a little, by doing a little sacrifice for them. So this is the story. Now, the first meeting with the beggar, Sarji was a renowned advocate. One day a beggar came to his door. His name was Lashkov. He had drunken eyes, and children, he was having a bit red spot on his face. The beggar said that he had been a village school teacher, but he had lost his job, and so and he had no money, so he was forced to beg. Now, children, at first Sergeant Sarjai felt pity, but then suddenly, when he saw his shoes, he recalled that he had seen that beggar the previous day in another street, and he had said that he was a student who had been expelled. He was quite annoyed with the beggar for telling shameless lie just to gain the sympathy of the people for the money, for to get the coins. So children, it was quite annoyed with the beggar for telling a shameless lie. Yeah. So he threatened to call the police and have him arrested for cheating people. For for a while, the beggar stuck to what he had said, but later he admitted that he had been telling lies to people to gain sympathy. In fact, he had been a singer in a Russian choir. He was a drunkard and was dismissed. Now he was without work. Now, children, Lashkov pleaded that he was willing to work, but no one gave him any work to do. Sarjay asked him if he would chop a wood for him. Finally, children, not because of he really wanted to work, but just because he was what to say, he felt shame if he will deny, if he will refuse, then what Sarji will do, because he was the person who told nobody gave him the work, and now when he is getting the work, if he will tell no, then what Sarji will think. So he told yes, and children, he took him to his house for chopping the wood. He went there unwillingly. After an hour ago, children, old cook of his house. She told that he had cut the whole, he had chopped the wood. Sarji was very happy. He gave half a ruble for Lashkov to Olga. Now, children, he also offered him the job, and very often he used to come to his house, get some money. And children, now it was a time when Sarji has to move to some other house. And children, he called Lashkov to help in packing the things. Lashkov came also, but that day he was looking very sad. He was very quiet. Though he did not touch anything, he did not help anyone. People was laughing at him that why he is so, jeering at him that he is so ideal. But children, he did not say anything. He walked with the things there where they were shifting. Now, children, when the time for the see off came, it was the narrator, it was Advocate Sarji who called him, and he told me, Lashkov, you have been working very hard, and I want to get some more better job for you. If you are a student, if you know something about education, then you can get a desk job. Children, finally he helped him to give him the address of one person who can give him the desk job. After that, they did not meet. After 2 years, one day when Sarji was there in a theater to buy the ticket, he saw Lashkov was also buying the ticket. This time his condition, from his clothes, from his attire, his condition was looking very good, and Sarji felt that his financial condition has improved a lot. He went to him, they greeted each other. Lashkov thanked him, but then, children, he told one fact. He told it was Olga who had changed his life. It was not he. He had only offered him a job, but then, children, he told that about Olga, that she was the one who used to do all the work which he used to tell, and the money she used to give, which she used to get for Lashkov, she used to give it to Lashkov. So just because of her, he had left drinking, okay, and then he had started to work, because she often used to cry, why don't you work, why don't you work? And then finally he got a good job, and he is very much grateful and thankful to Olga. So children, this is the story which I have been discussing to you. And now, children, we were here at page number 65. So children, here he is the one who is going to leave him. He is telling Lashkov, I can now offer you some other cleaner employment. Can you write? So he's telling, can you write? I can. Then take this letter to a friend of mine tomorrow, and you will be given some copying to do. Now, children, he is offering him more better job. He is telling, this letter you will take to your friends in one of my friend's house the next day, and children, you will be given some job of copying that thing. Work hard, don't think, and remember what I have said to you. Goodbye. And he's telling, whatever I have said to you, just forget it, and you try to start your new life. And then he parted by saying goodbye. Pleased at having put a man on the right path. Now, children, it was Sarjai. He was very happy. He thought that he had been putting him to the right path. He had showed him a right track. Now he will be all right. He will never beg. Sarjai tapped Lashkov kindly on the shoulder and even gave him his hand at parting. Now, children, he even gave him his hand. That means he shook hand, and he told Lashkov that from now on your new life is going to start. Lashkov took the letter. Now, children, it was Lashkov who took the letter from Sarjai, and from that day forth came no more to the yard for work. And children, from the next day he never came to yard for work. 2 years went by. Now, children, 2 years had passed. Okay. Then one evening, as Sarjai was standing at the ticket window of a theatre. Now, children, it was one evening, and Sarjai was standing at the ticket window to buy a ticket for a ticket window of a theatre, paying for his seat. He noticed a little man beside him with a coat collar of curly fur. Now, children, suddenly he noticed a person was putting a expensive coat. The collar of that coat was made of curly furs and a worn seal-skin cap. And children, a good seal-skin cap he was putting. The little individual timidly asked the ticket seller for a seat in the gallery and paid for it in copper coin. Now, children, the little individual, okay, who was a little individual, it was Sarjai. He had asked for the seat in a gallery. Gallery is a place where children it cost a lot of money, and for paid for it in copper coin. Copper coin, that means the children it was more expensive than the more well it was little costly than the other seats. Suddenly he saw Lashkov and he told Lashkov, is that you? He told Lashkov, is that you? Cried Sarji, recognized in the little man his former wood chopper. Now children, suddenly he recognized him as his former wood chopper. How are you? What are you doing? How is everything with you? Now he told, how are you? What are you doing and how is everything with you? All right, I'm a notary now and am paid 35 rubles a month. Now children, he told him, okay, he told him that now he had become a notary, okay, and he is earning a good money now. Well, all right, so children, 35 rubles a month he was earning. Thank heaven. That's fine. Now children, when Sarji heard he was very happy. He thanked God and he told, okay, that's very fine, that's very good, that you've got a very nice job. I'm delighted for your sake. And he told that I'm very much happy because of your sake. I'm very, very glad, Lashkov. You see, you are my godson in a sense. He told that you are just like my godsons in a sense. I gave you a push along the right path, you know. Okay, so children, he just told him that you are like my godson and it was I who gave you it was I who gave you. I have pushed you to the right path. What are you today? It is just because of me, he is telling. Because children, I have pushed you to the right path. I nearly had you sinking into the ground at my feet that day. And children, he told him that they were really sinking to the ground. You remember what a roasting I gave you. Roasting is children scolding. He told you what a scolding I gave you when you were begging and when I felt that you are simply telling a lie. I nearly had you sinking into the ground at my feet that day, and children, you really fell on my feet. Thank you, old man, for not forgetting my words. So he told me, thank you for not forgetting my words. That means, children, he is thinking whatever is Sarjay today, it is just because, children, it is just because he was just because of Sarjay. Thank you, old man, for not forgetting my words. So he is telling, thank you, old man, for not forgetting my words. Thank you too, said Lashkov. If I hadn't come to you, then I might still have been calling myself a teacher or a student for this day. Now, children, he really thanked Sarjai. He told that if I hadn't come to you, then I might still have been calling myself a teacher or a student on this day. So he thanked him. He told yes, I remember, just because of you, I've reached to this point. Otherwise, I would have been begging as a teacher, or by saying that I've been a student who has been expelled from the school. Yes, by flying to your protection, I dragged myself out of it. And he children really thanked him. He told me, just because of your protection, I dragged myself from falling into the pit. What is it? What do you mean by this? Children, that means I came out from the begging. Otherwise I would have been begging. If it was not you who might have helped me, I still might have been doing the job of begging. I'm very glad indeed. Now Sarji told that I'm very happy. I'm really very uh, happy. Thank you for your kind words and deeds. I'm very grateful to you and to your cook. Now children, finally children, he told that I am very much grateful to you also and to your cook also. God bless that good and noble woman. Now children, again and again he was focusing on cook. He again told that God bless that good and noble woman. You spoke finely then, and I shall be indebted to you to my dying day. So he is telling, I shall be indebted. Indebted means I would be grateful to you till I die. But strictly speaking, it was your cook Olga who saved me. Now children, he told him that very frankly, it was your cook Olga who really have saved me. How is that? Now he was not aware of that. He told that how is that? So he is telling, when I used to come to your house to chop wood, she used to begin. Now children, he is telling about Olga, that it was Olga who had sacrificed her life for me. And he told me, when I used to come to your house for to chop the wood, she used to begin. Oh, you sot. Sot is a habitual drinker who is in a habit to drink daily. Oh, you miserable creature. He is telling, you are very miserable. There is nothing for you but ruin. And how she used to scold him, she used to tell him purposely, she used to tell him so that he will feel bad, and then he will be persuaded to do some job. So he is telling that there is nothing for you but ruin, and then she would sit down opposite me and grow sad. And then children, she will just sit down opposite me in front of me by making a very very sad face and look into my face and leave. And she used to look at him and she used to cry. Oh, you unlucky man, there's no pleasure for you in this world, and there will be none in the world to come. Now children, she used to hurt him by purposely, she used to hurt him by telling that for you there's no pleasure, there will be none in the world to come. You drunkard, you will burn in hell. Now children, all these things she used to tell purposely. So children, the more she will say all this word, the more hurt he will be, the more angry he will be, and in this way he will be able to do some job. So she was telling all this thing in a very she was telling all this thing in purposely. You will burn in hell. Oh, you unhappy one. Now she's telling, you are the person who is unhappy. You couldn't get better job if you would have worked hard, but you did not want to do. And so she would carry on, in that strain. And children, she used to take a lot of stress. She was never happy when he used to see him in this condition. I can't tell you how much misery she suffered. Now children, he told her that when he used to get unhappy, even she used to get unhappy, and she used to cry. She was treating to him like her own son, and she was having a motherly children, a bond like a mother and a son have. That bond she was having with him. And I can't tell you how much misery she suffered, how many tears she shed for my sake, and she shed lot of tears. Children, in fact, children, he was a man who was his son. She was not. We don't know what happened to Olga's son, but he started treating him as his son. So she was seeing that he was in sorrow. So children, she used to cry. She knew that if he will drink, his life will be full of misery only, and he will never be happy. So she used to tell all these things by shedding the tears or by scolding him, by getting angry. so that children he should improve and he should get here some work. But the chief thing was she used to chop the wood for him. And children, now the secret he told, the great secret he told till now you are thinking that I am getting the rubles because you are thinking that it was I who chopped the wood, but I never chopped the wood. It was Olga who used to chop the wood for me so that I can get some money. Do you know, sir, that I did not chop one single stick of wood for you? Now he told me, the fact is that I did not even chop one single stick of wood for you. She did it all. It was the one who was, that hard job was done by Olga. And why she was doing that? Because she had a motherly feeling, children. A bond was developed between Lashkov and Olga, and she was treating like her own son. So she was feeling pity because children, he had never done all this type of job. Okay, so children, in front of Sarji, she used to scold him, she used to curse him. But children, when Sarji, she knew that he will be having white eyes on her, but as soon as he used to move somewhere else, she used to chop for wood. And she used to tell lie to Sarji also that it is the beggar, it is Lashkov who had chopped the wood. And children, the money which he used to give, Sarji used to give to Olga, she used to give all the money to this beggar, the boy Lashkov. Do you know, sir, that I did not chop one single stick of wood for you? She did it all. Why this saved me? Why I changed? Why I stopped drinking? At the sight of her, I cannot explain. And children, the great sacrifice she has done me, which persuaded me to think a little, whatever the word she told, she wanted me to improve. So children, I stopped drinking. At the sight of, whenever I used to see her, I could not drink, I could not tell I lie. And it was me who changed me, who stopped my drinking. And children, she wanted me to work, and I started finding a job. I only know that owing to her words and noble deeds, a change took place in my heart. It was just due to her noble deeds, a change took place in her heart. She set me right, and I shall never forget it. He told her it was she who set him to the right place, and it is time to go now. There goes the bell. Lashkov bowed and departed to the gallery. Now, children, the bell rang. Now it was the time to time for the theatre show was going to be there. So he just bowed and he left the place. So children, what was Sarji? It was due to Olga only, and he is very grateful to her. It was who, just because of her great sacrifice, he was changed into a good person. And children, even Sarji, he came to know about what's really that lady had done a good sacrifice for him. So children, now I will be doing some questions with you. First we will discuss the question and answer once again. Has Lashkov become a beggar by circumstances or by choice? Now children, Lashkov was a middle-aged man and he belonged to the Russian choir. He was not a born beggar. He was sacked from the choir because of his drinking habits. He became a beggar by choice as he did not have no option. He did not like to work hard, children also, so he had to become a beggar. What reason does he give to Sarjai for his telling lies? Lashkov told the truth and accepted that he was a liar. Formerly he used to be a singer. He told lies to seek the favor of others. If he had spoken the truth, none would have helped him, so he decided to tell lie. Is Lashkov a willing worker? Why then does he agree to chop wood for Sarjai? No, Lashkov was not a willing worker, and he had lost his strength and stamina, children, due to excessive drinking. I don't know whether you people know or not, when we drink or we take a lot of alcoholic drink or drug, our stamina, children, it goes down, body become weak. Even the mentally we become children sick and we become weak. So he was a middle-aged man. He agreed to chop wood because of pride and shame, and he had been trapped by his own word. So he had no other way but to accept Sarji's offer. Sarji said, I am happy that my words have taken effect. Why does he say so? Is he right in saying this? Sarji looked satisfied with the performance of the beggar and he felt happy. He thought whatever he was doing, it is due to him. When Lashkov's job of packing and hauling of the furniture was over, he praised him while handing him a ruble. But he was not right in saying so because Lashkov had not developed the habit of working hard. He was still an ideal fellow. Now, question number 5. Lashkov is earning 35 rubles a month. How is he obliged to Sergey for this? Sergey played very important role in improving the condition of the beggar. It was because of Sergey that Lashkov could earn 35 rubles a month. He offered him the job to chop wood at his home. Later on, he sent him to one of his friends to do the job of copying. Lashkov was highly obliged to Sergey because now he was a notary because of him. During that conversation, Lashkov reveals that Sarji's cook Olga is responsible for the positive change in him. How has Olga saved Lashkov? So very nice question, children. Olga was a social and a sympathetic lady. She loved humanity. She realized the condition of Lashkov and tried her best to improve the same. She did the work of his part as she wanted a change in him. She purposely kept criticizing him in order to improve him. He realized her feeling towards him and a change took place in his heart. So Olga was responsible for the positive change in him. Now children, this question I am going to leave for you people. How can we help beggar abolish, or we can abolish begging? Now some long question. Now we can, in this we can have children the characteristic of Lashkov or Sarji or Olga. So while writing characteristic, what you have to do, you have to start with the positive character by taking the help of by giving example from the book. You have to do it like that. Then if any negative character is there, then we can do it afterward. Well children, who did Lashkov give credit? This is the extra question from the sample paper. Who did Lashkov give credit to his real change and why? Lashkov thanked Sarji for helping him in so many ways. However, he sprang a surprise by revealing him that it was Olga who brought the real change in him. Her words and noble deeds changed his heart. She felt pity for such a drunkard and used to chop the woods for him. Okay, now one more question is related with Olga. How did Olga change Lashkov? So Lashkov was a beggar. He pretended to be a teacher and sometimes a student. He used to tell lies and got the people's sympathy, and he used to beg. One day Sarji caught his lie and brought him to his house. He asked him to chop the wood, but Lashkov did not like to do that job. When Olga saw him, she glared at him angrily. She shoved him aside with her elbow. She was in anger and unlocked the shade, moving ahead. Olga treated Lashkov like a son. She showed a motherly feeling and she guided him a lot. She purposely criticized him so that he can leave all that his drinking habit and start doing some work. She kept scolding him for his bad habits. She wanted to improve his condition. She did his work, and the more over children, whatever money she used to get, she used to hand him to Lashkov. Lashkov started respecting her. He accepted her advice and became a successful man again. So whatever was Lashkov, it was due to Olga's sacrifice. Children, both of them, a nice question once again. Sarji and Olga helped Lashkov in pushing on the right path. Children, it was actually Sarji who had offered him job. Olga came afterward. Why did then Lashkov say that owing to Olga words and noble heart brought the real change in him? So he's telling it is true that both the advocate Sarji and the cook Olga helped in their own ways to change his life of the beggar Lashkov. It was Sarji who exposed Lashkov's hypocrisy and false identity. He challenged him to work hard to earn his living. He offered him the job of chopping food in his house when he told that nobody is giving him a job. Later on, he engaged him in other domestic activities by paying him liberally for the work done. He helped him to get a light and honorable employment. It was Sarji who helped a beggar change to a notary earning 35 rubles a month. Perhaps Lashkov would have continued with begging if Sarji had not brought him to the home. However, the real credit of changing Lashkov's heart goes to Olga. She showed real concern for his pathetic condition until she made him realize that his drinking habit is ruining his life. So she purposely used to criticize so that he could leave his drinking habit. Until she used to whatever she all the job it was done by Olga, but the money she used to get she used to give to Lashkov. Until in this way he respected her like her mother. He used to feel sad when she used to cry for him, and he had left the habit of drinking. She had brought a change in Lashkov's heart. In the end, Lashkov is surprised. He did not chop even a single stick of wood for him. Olga did it all. And children, he realized that it is that woman who had brought a change in his life by her love and sacrifice. With this, children, I conclude this video here. And with this, I end the chapter also. Thank you and have a nice day ahead.